Hello friends, I'm so glad you have decided to join me today's session in Cloud Pedagogy. In this module, we will continue exploring cloud careers and roles in detail. If you have the feeling that you are being paid to do something you love, you made the right choice. Some people are very good with interpersonal skills and are natural communicators, while some others are more introverted. Some other people don't mind too much working under pressure and don't mind being paged in the middle of the night. Some others prefer to have a clearly defined work schedule. Because of all these conditions, I would like to start this content speaking about a reflection we have developed over some years. This reflection is something that we frequently think about, and it is a conclusion we reached after 2 decades in the IT industry. Well, nowadays the IT world has lots of roles, and when I say a lot, I mean a lot, like maybe hundreds. Just to list a few: data analyst, cloud architect, business system analyst, customer support, full stack developer, DevOps engineers, data scientist, big data analyst, and many others. And this kept me thinking, is there a way to categorize these roles into simple grounds in a way someone can look at these groups and help them identify in their main interests? These roles can be put in three main groups, and they are roles that are milestone oriented, roles that are relationship oriented, and roles that are availability oriented. Let me explain the difference, and you will see that each role fits more in one category than another, starting with the milestone oriented role. Milestone oriented roles are roles that have fewer meetings and more building activities. People working in these roles tend to work more as a function that is a part of something bigger, and they are the gears that make things happen. Every time you think about a work that involves a task and a deadline, you are talking about a role that is milestone oriented, meaning it does not matter when or how that work will be done. What matters is that the job is delivered on time and with quality. There may be one or another synchronization call with the team or agile methodologies like sprint planning, daily meetings, but the core job for this group is always the same: milestone and deadline. Software development engineers are an example of milestone oriented role, because when developers are tasked with coding something, they usually provide how much time it should take to do that task. Usually this is more interesting for people who don't see much value in things like happy hours every day. Now moving to relationship oriented roles. As the name suggests, this group is more suitable for people with good social skills, requiring some extra interpersonal abilities to foster new relationships and make them last a long time. Relationship oriented roles are roles where you are on calls during most of the time. These calls can be external customers or internal stakeholders. Management positions are usually the relationship oriented role, meaning that managers do one-to-one meetings with their employees and look for maintaining a good relationship not only with them but among other teams. Solution architects can be placed in this group. When it leans to the outside space and customer interactions, relationship oriented roles tend to spend more time with customers on calls, doing things like aligning projects, defining success criteria, talking about budget, and following up on a constant basis. They are also tasked with the building demonstration and showing solutions eventually. But during most of the time, solution architects are interfering with customers to always hear from them and help with their business needs. Sales roles are also in the relationship oriented group, because they need to constantly keep in touch with the customers to see if they would benefit from any new offers, features, or new technologies. Also, solution architects and salespeople are constantly interacting with customers to see what can be done to connect them with technology specialists. Now, last but not least, availability oriented roles. Usually, people working in this group are critical for the business operations. They have dedicated cell phones or pagers and must be available whenever a customer needs them. If you work well under pressure, or you are keen to always be available for your customers at the time they need, then this role can be for you. In this group, we place teams belonging to telecommunication departments, the infosec team, the customer support, and actually everything that needs to be available 24 by 7. For large companies, there are groups of people who usually are on the same team for the sake of redundancy. Otherwise, people would be overwhelmed and this strategy will not work. For example, with customer care, support tickets can be opened with a level of severity. And customers who have this role can open tickets with the highest severity when their mission critical systems are down. In that case, company will make every reasonable effort to respond to this initial request within less than 15 minutes. Now back to our role groups. To make it simple and easy to remember, let me associate each role with a couple of words. That should make your notes easier. Milestone-oriented tasks are associated with tasks and deadlines. Relationship-oriented are associated with customer meetings. And availability-oriented roles are associated with mission-critical workloads and quickly responding to things. Well, that's all for today. I hope this session gave you some ideas on how to identify the right role type for you according to your interests. Thanks for watching and listening. When you are ready, please join me in the next lecture. Until then, have a great day with your learnings.